Okay, so yesterday we did figure eights, scumbling or scribbling shading. We did the crosshatch. I got a couple more for you to practice today. One is just the hatch, and then one is often called pointillism or stippling. Remember I said for all of these scales, I probably would recommend just using the Sharpie pen for these, just because it'll go a little quicker for you, all right? With the hatching, all we're doing is doing short lines instead of long. With the crosshatch, we did long lines. With the hatch, all you're doing is some short directional lines. So, you know, if I was shading this around an object, I would follow obviously the form of the object. It always, you know, this one's a really good one if you're drawing animals because it just kind of has that fur-like look to it. Whereas the scumbling or figure eights kind of look like almost like tree bark. So with this one though, you know, short overlapping lines as you make your way down or transition from box to box. We're obviously again just going to use that principle of concentration where you're just, you know, fewer lines, more space in between. You know, the wonderful thing about these is you can just kind of go back, blur your eyes, and kind of, you know, add more lines in. So that's what we're looking for the hatch. And obviously the pointillism pointillism or stippling is the easiest one. This is the one that my students, you know, it's just, they're the most successful with. It's just very, very tedious. It takes a long time. So pointillism is just dots, you know. And if you look at, you know, newspapers are printed this way. If you look at them with a magnifying glass, a lot of lower resolution pictures, you can almost see the pixels in them. They're squared often, but pointillism, you're just going to put more dots, darker value, fewer dots further apart, again, lighter value. Pointillism, you can, if you do it well and you take your time, it's really the easiest technique. Please don't get frustrated and really like jam your pen because you'll push the point in and ruin it. So take your time and just practice these. It really won't take you that long. So we have today and Monday to finish all 4 scales in your book, get them labeled. What I'd like you to do then is go back to your leaf, and I'll show you a few examples now. Don't let me lose you. Eyes on the screen, please. I'd like you to go back to your leaf after you get these scales done, and what we're going to choose is one of those techniques to apply to your leaf. And we're going to replace your pencil shading with one of those scales. So which one is being replaced here? Which shading technique? Say it again, Becca. Yeah, the stippling or the pointillism. So, and you can see we'll just end up erasing all that pencil. There's a little bit more to be done on this one. How about this? Tell me which one, which technique is being used here? Definitely, the hatch. It's kind of a longer hatch, but hatching nonetheless. How about here? Yeah, definitely. All of these, by the way, if you do the scumbling or the crosshatch, the hatch, I would recommend you use a ballpoint pen for your shading. You have the most control. If you're going to do pointillism, you could use the Sharpie pen. But everything else, I would shade with a ballpoint pen with this. All right? It'll just turn out better for you. So when you're ready to, put your leaf back out in front of the light, pick a scale that you like best, and just pick one and use it to replace the pencil shading. That's what we'll do today and Monday.